What is even happening? As reported by Bloomberg, Tencent's Timi and Lightspeed development teams are developing games similar to Palworld for mobile phones. Timi also develops Pokemon Unite, so there might be some implications. Alright, there's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot to clarify. We're going to be breaking it down. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, share with friends, comment your thoughts down below. So I saw this reply, and they said it's Aurora. Except it isn't Aurora as far as I can tell, because there's no relationship between this development team and anything Tencent is doing. I couldn't really find anything about Tianjin Wumai technology, because they only have the one game, and if you go to Wikipedia on like Lightspeed Studios and Tencent's development teams, there's nothing here, and there's all kinds of like other random game design stuff that they have folded in. They also bought out Riot, so it might be like, oh, this seems similar to what this sounds like they're up to, and we will check out the trailer because it is pretty wild, but let's see if we can find out anything else. So, Lightspeed made PUBG Mobile, which is actually, like, very significant and a big game. Also, they made Undawn, and there's been, like, some weird press because, like, wait, Will Smith's, like, zombie game that no one played because no one knew it existed kind of thing. This is just the launch trailer. Doesn't really have gameplay. I watched some gameplay, and yeah, it doesn't seem like it has any relation to Palworld. Also, it's already out. Also, it doesn't seem like it was that successful, so the overworld gameplay itself looks a lot like Undawn. I feel like there's other games I've forgotten about that it kind of plays like, so we don't really have much of anything to go off of. Now, maybe it is Aurora because, like, Tencent bought them out, or now they're just kind of, like, working together with the other development studios. But man, this also looks like jank Chinese mobile Palworld, doesn't it? Where you got, like, creatures you ride, and then you have, like, random vehicles. This kind of seems like an everything sandbox game. This just becomes a boat, and you can also see, like, the mobile controls. So I can see, like, if you're looking at a survival crafter, you know, they got the guns, Pokemon with guns. Oh, that kind of looks like Battle Royale armor you loot off the ground. And now, oh, crazy overworld combat. You got a pet helping you out. You can mount up and fight them, and then that kind of gives, like, those Palworld creature monster combat vibes. Interesting base building setup, and some other things, like, once we get into it. Fishing, beat Palworld to that. Looks like they have, like, that mix of, like, chill sandboxy, but then, like, crazy combat going on in the world for survival elements. So you can make pets. That seems to be a big part of it. There's a social element that kind of seems like HD Club Penguin kind of vibes, Has Been Hotel. So yeah, you're just vibing. You're just vibing with whatever mobile game shenanigans are going on. Asset flips that are just silly and don't make sense. You could build a carousel if you want. Make yourself a dance studio. So yeah, just a crazy sandboxy, survival-y kind of game that also goes to different planets. They were building a rocket ship in the Palworld trailer, so what Aurora looks like. Maybe they predicted Palworld success, maybe they just wanted to capitalize on the massive mobile market in Asia. Because, yeah, there was, like, building the spaceship, and maybe they tried to get ahead of that with the Aurora stuff. And the weird thing is this came out 4 months ago. So before Palworld released in November. This was before Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC. So that also kind of, like, means weird stuff where either Tencent maybe, possibly, yoinked this game. And then we have whatever's going on with Pokemon Unite, because the Pokemon Company gave Tencent the license for Pokemon, and they made a mobile MOBA, which is a massive genre in Asia, and that's been having its own success. And then as Westerners, we just got access to it, and it's on the Nintendo Switch. So a lot of, like, crazy development stuff going on right there. But yeah, wouldn't the Pokemon Company be upset that after working with them to make a Pokemon game, Tencent's just like, nah, now we're making Palworld? Well, the thing is, Palworld didn't rip off Pokemon, and as we've seen from just, like, all this other crazy stuff, Nintendo, one of the most litigious companies, didn't take action on Palworld going into release, despite the open trailers and non-stop, like, gameplay updates about Palworld, which is weird. And then they took down Yuzu, took down Relic Castle, and that also brings us to the statement the Pokemon Company made. But this isn't a real statement. This is, yes, of course we know the largest game right now exists and kind of resembles, like, monster taming shenanigans, but it doesn't seem to infringe. Please stop bothering us and wasting our customer service resources. But it's not crazy to think that the Pokemon Company isn't happy with Palworld's existence for one reason or another. I don't think it has anything to do with, like, copyright, but now you actually have a competitor in the space. That's also getting a lot of attention, praise, market share, massive player count, as Game Freak has been hated on since Pokemon Let's Go was revealed because it isn't the game everyone wanted, and then since then the Pokemon community has been non-stop toxic and just making up excuses to hate every Pokemon game. So any kind of overlap there might be a sour point, but the problem with this is that the Pokemon Company can't do anything about it, because if you want to publish anything in China or release anything in China, you need to have a Chinese company represent and publish for you. So even the Pokemon Company's like, bro, we just gave you our IP for Pokemon Unite. Why are you doing this to us? If the Pokemon Company wants to be distributed in China in any way, they need Tencent. Also, same thing for the main series games, that you can't just like translate into China and then try to push it out on Nintendo Switch. You still need to have that representation by a Chinese company. So Tencent is free to do whatever they want. This is also true of a lot of just companies in general, and anecdotally, it's pretty much, hey, you either work with us to get a cut, or we're just ripping it off anyways because we don't have copyright laws. So there's actually no real implications here compared to like when you first read it, or people that are like trying to take it to the next level, like, yo, Timi and Tencent and Pokemon are going to be feuding now because Palworld stole all Pokemon stuff and the Pokemon company's mad at them for it, and now Tencent's trying to rip off Palworld that ripped off Pokemon. That isn't the story here, but it is kind of wild. Also, we do just have like Lightspeed development where, yeah, just all these like crazy games, PUBG Mobile, that actually like has promise. Like, this could actually be a good game. And they have a lot of experience with stuff. And then just like the name Lightspeed Studios, it just sounds like, oh man, this is just like the most shovelware development team. And they're just trying to like quickly capitalize on Palworld shenanigans for the Chinese market, which they can get away with. And if it's on mobile and has just that nice microtransaction sauce, it's going to work just fine for them. And I don't think it has anything to do with Pokemon. Would be interesting if it is just Aurora, because like this game already had a good foundation, or at the very least it could be a game very similar to Aurora, so it kind of gives an idea of what Timi and Lightspeed could be cooking up. The comments on this one are also just wild to me. It's like, have these people never played games before? Can't wait for release, hyped, looks really good, can't wait to play this game, excited for another beta test, so excited, all this stuff. Few thousand views, doesn't really, like, it's a very niche survival crafter sandboxy kind of game, and it just kind of looks just silly in that way, but all right. And I think that's kind of it. So what do you guys think about what's happening here? Do you think there's actually any implications? Do you think this game is going to be good? Do you think it's just going to be like Chinese market only, so it doesn't matter because it's one of the millions of just whatever kind of games for mobile out there? Like, Palworld's just looking way too strong, so it does seem like Timi just trying to knock him off real quick for a buck. Do you think it's Aurora? Do you think any of this matters? Or is it just kind of actually going to be a joke because Undawn shows they have no idea what they're doing? Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.